Welcome in live to Delaware Live Sports. Nick Allison alongside Jason Winchell. We are here in Bear, Delaware, Bob Peoples Stadium, the home of Caravel Academy, as they welcome in the Archmere Hawks in a big battle here tonight. And Jason, we're going to have a good one. Archmere coming into this one at 1-2. Caravel, your #1 ranked team here in Class 2A at 3-0. And these two teams met last year. They met the year before. And two teams that know each other pretty well. We had a chance to talk to both of them on Wednesday.
Yeah, like you said, they just met last year in the semifinals right here. A Caravel win in the 2A semifinals down here last year. And like you said, they were on our show Wednesday night. I think Archmere ignored that 1-2 record. I mean, they lost to a division, a 3A team in St. Mark's in a close one up there in Claymont. And then lost a close game to Newark last week on the road.
And we are underway here in Bear. It's going to be Archmere returning the opening kickoff. Caravel won the toss and deferred, so we'll get a chance to check out Kemsky and this Archmere offense out first. And it seems that I found the audio issue as well, Jason. We are now ready to rock and roll. Nick Allison journey alongside Jason Winchell and Nick Halliday here on the visitors' side at Bob Peoples Stadium. And we'll get a chance to check out the Archmere offense here first.
Yeah, now this offense is quite impressive so far in the 3 games. I saw them in the opener against St. Elizabeth, and then also against St. Mark's. And Miles Kemsky's having a good year. Phil, it's not easy shoes to fill when you have to come in for Mr. Barrow and be the next quarterback here at Archmere. And he's doing a fine job leading this offense.
And the first snap, able to bobble it, able to re-corral. Now he's going to look to make something happen out of the pocket. He'll tuck it, get upfield, and he'll pick up a nice chunk there on first down for the Archmere offense, courtesy of the scramble for Kemsky.
Miles Kemsky on the keeper.
Hey, what a great composure by him. High snap, does a good job of, getting away and gets 4 yards on it, makes it a 5 yards, so.
2nd and 5 now, we'll call it here for the Hawks, as Kemp's going to go back in the shotgun. Take the snap, hand it off to Cole Finese, who's going to cut upfield, lower a shoulder, take a Caravel defender with him, and that's going to be enough for first down yardage, courtesy of Cole Finese. We had a chance to chat with Cole on Wednesday as well. Just 2 games played this season. Of course, Archmere having played 3 as a team, and he made quite the impact last week in his first game.
Yeah, like you said, 11 carries, 87 yards, 3 touchdowns, averages 7.9 yards per carry.
Getting it done. So a gain of about 7 for Finese. New set of downs here for the Hawks. Now some deep motion. They're going to turn, hand it to him. Not a lot of running room this time around. As trying to cut upfield with it is Cole Finese, and he might have got a yard or 2. Maybe no gain.
Archmere's best defense tonight might be ball control on the offensive side of the ball. Keep that Caravel offense off the sideline. And when we see the Caravel offense for the first time, you'll see why.
And of course, Archmere led by head coach John Belace, 9-3 overall in 2022. They lost to Caravel in the semifinals here last year. And now 2nd and 10 after the run for no gain on first down. Here's some Jets motion to form trips to the top. Kemsky out of the gun. Here comes the pressure. Going to once again get out of the pocket. Eyes downfield. Takes a cut now. He's going to tuck it and run. He's got room in front of him. And he's going to get out to midfield before he's pushed out of bounds. And the Archmere offense with 2 quick first downs here on the opening drive.
Flag on the play.
And there's some laundry.
Yeah, dirty laundry. It looked like it might have been a block in the back there on that sideline.
Then those things tend to happen a little bit more on the broken plays, on the scrambles.
Maybe.
And now we'll wait to see the call down on the field.
He went down to the deeper official then, I thought so. Maybe it's
and they're going to wave it off.
I think that's the right call. I thought it was a good block myself. I mean, he really didn't even touch him. He just kind of ran interference.
14-yard carry for Kemsky. He's now up to 2 carries for 19 yards.
And that's what he's going to have to do with his legs, which he can do very well. But, I saw him in that St. Mark's game, and he was quite impressive in that game. He's averaging 148 yards passing per game.
Archmere now midfield. Caravel showing some pressure here pre-snap. Kemsky back in the shotgun. He'll turn. Tried to play action. Lost the ball. Runs into a lineman. The ball is loose.
I think Caravel's got it.
And the Bucks hop on it. And after a great start offensively for the Archmere Hawks, back-to-back first downs, they get to midfield. And then just a miscue. A play action. Maybe rode that fake a second too long. And it turns into a turnover as Caravel able to hop on it. The same exact thing we saw last week at a Red Lion, Jason.
Yeah.
Opening drive, they went down the field, got to about the St. Mark's 40, turned it over.
That's one thing you cannot do against this Caravel offense, and the coach said that on our show the other night. You have to limit the turnovers when you play a team like Caravel, and that's just an unfortunate bad break, and now it gives Caravel the ball. But let's see if the Archmere defense can stand up and keep the points off the board.
Handoff up the middle on first down. That ball into the hands of number 15, Jordan Miller. You're going to see a lot and hear a lot of number 15 today, as he's taken down, as you heard on the PA, by a colony of Hawks for no gain.
What was the other thing Coach talked about? They have to tackle as a group.
You're going to need to against these backs. And
Correct.
Jason, sorry to interrupt you, but we do have some information regarding these running backs. Big news is number 21, Craig Miller, is going to be out of this contest dealing with an injury. So no Craig Miller tonight, the lead back, or one of the two lead backs in this offense. Back to Jordan Miller they go, and once again, a few Hawks in white helmets there to make the stop.
That's what, again, nice play, you know. 2 carries and maybe a total cut 1 or 2 yards. So that's what you got to do against Caravel. You got to put them in these third and longs. It's like, I mean, we saw them against Hodson put up a lot of points. They put up 50-some on Howard's. Only 21 last week in Laurel, but they only gave up 3 to that great team down there on the road. So, this is big. And another thing for Archmere is you want to get off the field on these third down plays.
And we're seeing I formation as we typically do out of Caravel. Here's some motion now. Under center is aware to. They'll turn, fire the wide receiver screen to Hamlin. Makes the catch at around the 45. And we'll get forward to set up now. 4th and manageable. We'll see how Coach Reed wants to play
And
this
I
one.
think that's what you saw. You saw that, hey, listen, this is 4-down territory. Let's see if we can pick up something on that third down. And that's what they did. And now it's, what, about 4th and...
Yeah, pick up 6 on the pass.
About 4th and 2, 4th and 3.
And Hamlin is the big play guy. That's the number you're going to have to circle if you're Archmere on defense. Hamlin, 2-punt return touchdowns in the opening week game that we did here at Caravel. That ended up being some of the big difference in that week 1 win. Back to the I formation. Motion from Hamlin. They'll turn and toss it out to Craig Miller. Crackback block on the outside. And once again, Archmere with great contain. He's going to try to get forward. I think he'll have enough for a first down.
Yeah, that's that pitch to the outside gives him a little speed.
Just enough.
Yep. But like you said, a good job by Archmere trying to get over there.
So Hagenberg with the stop for Archmere.
But there you go, Caravel was able to convert their first 4th down play of the game and keep the offense on the field.
Once again, I formation for Caravel. Tight end tight to the top of the screen. Play action for Awerda. Going to look down the middle of the field, looking for Dre Hamlin. And that's good coverage over the top by Miles Kemsky, who was step for step with the dangerous Dre Hamlin.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup. And he stayed step for step. Great coverage. I like the play call. After you get the first down, why not try and take a shot, throw that deep ball. But again, great coverage there by Kemsky.
And again, tonight, no Craig Miller. 1,100 yards, 20 touchdowns in 2022. Jordan Miller, 900 yards and 9 touchdowns last season. He played in just 7 games. And then, of course, Trey Hamlin, one of the weapons offensively. They'll turn, give right back to Miller, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage, able to break a tackle.
And that's what we said, that he will get a lot of yards, what I call yards after contact. YAC I call it, man. After he gets hit, he picks up about another 3 yards, and again makes it about 3rd and 7 now.
I wish we could keep that stat, right? I wish we had someone that had yards after contact for us here.
Yak. Yak.
6:35 and ticking here. First quarter action between number 1 Caravel and the Archmere Hawks here on a Friday night in Bear, Delaware. Once again, this time look double tight I formation here for Caravel on 3rd and about 6. Quick hitter up the middle. And that's going to be close to that marker. Might be a little short. It was a turnaround up give to Brock Rhodes, the junior fullback. And he's going to be right at that, right at the sticks, Jason. Might be 4th and inches.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, maybe we would have our first chain measurement of the season, but that's asking for a little too much, as it's about a half yard short.
So Caravel 1 for 1 on 4th down already on this drive. They'll have another opportunity here. 4th and inches, just inside the 25. Double tight I formation. Quick hitter back to Rhodes. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage, but able to keep those legs churning power forward.
Again, some more yards after contact.
And he'll fall forward for a first down.
I was going to ask you if we were going to see the tush push.
What's the rule about that in high school?
That's a good question. I believe Mike said it was called in the game, but he doesn't know if it was that or because the offensive lineman was pulling the kid.
So Caravel now, after the turnover on the fumble recovery on their first offensive drive tonight, putting it into Archmere territory.
Yeah, two converted on 2 4th downs.
Now he'll be out of the gun here. Motion, they'll turn, give to Miller. And how about that push for that Archmere defensive front? And they're able to wrap him up in the backfield. Might be a tackle for loss.
Yeah, that was good pursuit by Archmere.
And that was Cole Fanese. You're going to hear a lot of that name as well here tonight, both offensively and defensively for Archmere.
Yeah, 5 tackles.
And he's the punter, Jason.
Oh, and a field goal kicker.
And the kicker.
He does it all. I watched him. I saw him kick a touchback earlier this year.
Loss of 1 on the carry from Miller, who's been held in check here on the opening drive. Back in the gun is Aware. This time he'll look to throw, top of the screen. Has his intended target, making the catch at around the 15-yard line.
Aware's pass is complete to number 1, Charles Brodard.
And that was Charles Brodard, the sophomore wide receiver, coming off a touchdown catch in last week's ball game.
And Caravel's got a great kicker, too. This is one where we'll get to see 2 great kickers here tonight.
2 of 3 for 15 yards is Aware to here on the opening drive.
Again, 3rd and short. This is where you want to be for Caravel's offense.
They've had 3rd and short, 4th and short. They're going to need a few. They'll turn. The hand is to Jordan Miller. He has a hole to run through. Lowering the shoulder, breaking a tackle. And he's going to be brought down just close to the goal line, inside the 5-yard line at about the 2.
First down, Caravel.
That's the biggest carry
He's chased down
of the night so far for Jordan Miller. Recall a gain of 12, 5 carries, 16 yards for the talented running back. And now first and goal opportunity here for Caravel, and an opportunity for them to strike first in this one.
Yeah, you know, and cash in on the turnover that they got.
I formation on first and goal for Caravel. Aware to under center, turns and gives, and what a push! And making the stop short of the goal line. It was 2 Archmere Hawks coming through. And P.J. Blessington, I believe, first to make contact. That's another player to watch here for Archmere. 24 tackles on the year, 8 tackles a game, 5 of them tackle for loss, as well as an interception on the season.
Yeah. Like you said, he's having a solid year on the defense end. He read that play from the start and just got in the backfield and was able to stop it. That's like you said, tackle for loss. Those are big when you're playing this Caravel team.
Hamlin to the top of the screen. I formation here for Huerta, who's back under center on second and goal. This time they'll turn and toss it out to Miller. Miller showing off the speed, squares his shoulders, gets upfield and into the end zone. A 5-yard touchdown carry for Jordan Miller as the Caravel Bucks strike first here tonight at home.
Yeah, it's a great drive by Caravel, and they get the first points of the board. And I like that little pitch play. It seems like when he gets that pitch play, he's already in his motion, moving forward. And it seems like when he's in the backfield, Archmere's doing a good job of keying on him. So maybe we'll see that pitch out more.
So out to kick this the extra point for Caravel, Logan Kell, the senior.
He's great kicker. We'll see how far this ball goes. He took a lot off it and still got to pretty
Up
far.
and through, 7-0, 2:40 to go here. First quarter action between Caravel and Archmere. A 5-yard touchdown run for Jordan Miller. And if you're just joining us, no Craig Miller in action tonight.
No.
Dealing with an injury for Caravel. His status is to be determined going forward, so that would be a big loss for them. But the offense didn't miss any beats on their first touch of the football here.
No, they didn't. And attempted only 3 passes, completed 2 of them, but went to a lot of Miller, and they picked up a couple key first downs on 4th down plays.
And again, Archmere was driving the ball in their first offensive possession as well. Back-to-back first downs, got it about midfield before a fumble on first down. Turned the ball over, gave the ball back to the Caravel offense, who drove the ball about 45 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, took a lot of time off the clock, too. We're already down to 2 minutes and 40 seconds, like you said. So.
And you mentioned, Jason, Coach Blaze had a chance to talk to him on Wednesday, and the first thing he said was, we got to play mistake-free football. And he said that on the show, and then I got a chance to talk to him before the game today, and he said the exact same thing. He said, I know I said it Wednesday, but it's that important. And just an early miscue for his Hawks. But they're going to have the roster, the talent, and the coaching to certainly get right back in this one.
Yeah, that's been what their thing this year. In their games, they've all been close. They've had a couple turnovers. Those are key, and like you said, if you want to beat Caravel, you have to play mistake-free. So
mistake-free and avoid the big play. And defense did a pretty good job of that on that opening drive by Caravel. They were still able to take it down 45 yards. Started with great field position, did the Bucks there on their opening drive. Now back to the Archmere Hawks here and Kemsky and company for drive number 2. Again, we're moving the ball back on that first one. We'll see if they can do the same here. Trips to the bottom of the screen to start here on first down. Kemsky in the gun. Snap, he'll look to throw here on first down. Fires across the middle, has his intended target. I believe that's Cole Finese who makes the catch at the 40. That's going to be enough for a first down.
Yeah. Unlike the NFL, where if you're not touched, you can get back up and run. You can't in high school and college. You're down at the spot where he was down, so that's why the whistle blew.
A gain of exactly 10 yards. They'll now have a 1st and 10 here at their own 40.
But I like the way Archmere's offense has approached the game so far in its first 2 drives.
Trips once again to the top of the screen here. 4 receivers set, 1 running back in the backfield. They'll turn and hand it off on first down. I believe that carry wound up in the hands of Blessington.
Yep.
And it was indeed P.J. Blessington.
Great eyes there, Nick.
Number got me there. It's a tough, my binoculars a little fogged up today. But a pickup of about 3 for Blessington on his first carry of the ball game.
Seems like I'm looking right into the light glare.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Blessington, 17 carries, 165 yards, 2 touchdowns on the year. He's averaging 9.7 yards a carry.
Yeah, I mean, Archmere's run the ball. They've ran it effective this year.
2nd and 7. Trips once again here to the top for Kemsky, who's looking that way on 2nd down. Has some room to run. He's going to tuck it, try to beat Brock Rose to that marker, and he does. And into Caravel territory goes Miles Kemsky.
That's been their successful play today. He's doing a good job. He's looking at his reads. Read 1 not there. Read 2 not there. Read 3 not there. Tuck the ball and run, and he does a good job of picking up the first down and then getting out of bounds.
A gain of 8
Something
for Kemsky.
All our Eagles fans ask Jalen Hurts to do. Get out of bounds.
Yeah, he's playing like that as well this year. We'll see. See if they can get that offense flowing. But can't complain with the record so far. This time they'll empty it out here on first down at the Caravel 49. Kemsky looking to the trip side. Not there. He'll tuck it. Now out of the pocket he goes. He'll have to tuck it and pick up a few yards. Heads up play by the quarterback. And able to at least get a few.
That's what you do again. And he's doing a smart job. He's not taking a long time with these reads. If they're not there, he's taking it and running.
And we're seeing Archmere spread out this Caravel defense here in the first quarter as we tick under a minute. Clock stopped here for the moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to pick
Ball
up
at the
your
Caravel
football
46-yard line. Archmere will need 7. The marker sitting just inside the 40 at the 39. Trips to the top. Once again for Kemsky here on 2nd and 7. Handed up the middle, that's Blessington. Able to pick up a few before he meets that linebacking core from Caravel. And they're saying they have the football, and it looks like Archmere with another turnover. It looked like, I guess, Blessington was stripped of the football at around the 45. We couldn't see it. It was near the far sideline, Jason. It was a little late as well, but it looks like it's going to be Caravel football.
It is, and I think Archmere thought that the play was dead, but the whistle never sounded. And so they let the play continue, and Caravel picks up the second turnover from Archmere. And
Archmere now, Jason, they've run 3 plays inside Caravel territory. 2 of them have been fumbles lost.
Yeah.
And 2 big turnovers. And Coach Blaze, again, emphasized that with us this week. You can't have those kind of mistakes. We'll see if they can rebound. Caravel offense back out on the field with a 7-0 lead. They'll turn and hand to Miller. Nowhere to go. Cole Fanise from that linebacker spot like a missile and making a tackle for loss.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. He came in there and like he was a shot out of a cannon. Boom! Another TFL tackle for loss, and he's done it both ways so far, offensively and defensively.
I think he learned how to tackle here from his cousin, Nick McGinley.
There you go.
One of my high school teammates back at St. Mark's. And after the loss, going to be 2nd and 12.
First quarter running down here, 15 seconds of counting.
Looks like it'll be the final play. Double slot here for Awerda. And now here comes some motion. They'll turn, fake it now, give to Brock Rhodes the other way on the misdirection. But once again, Archmere is there to stop him, and I think it was Fanise one more time, and that'll do it for first quarter action here at Bob Peoples Stadium. After 1 quarter of play here in Bear, the home team, the Caravel Bucks, leading the Archmere Hawks 7-0 right here on Delaware Live Sports. We'll take a break when we come back. Second quarter action right here on Delaware Live Sports.
First State Orthopedic statewide has 29 physicians at 16 locations. Our physicians and staff provide both non-surgical as well as surgical treatment for almost all orthopedic conditions and injuries. We are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physician and orthopedic consultant for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to the local emergency departments as well as medical aid units and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Call for an appointment today.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
You may have tried physical therapy,
but have you tried Premier?
Back-to-back tackles for loss for the Archmere Hawks have Caravel looking at a 3rd and 13 as we welcome you back in here to Delaware Live Sports. Nick Allison journey alongside Jason Winchell, Nick Halliday here at Bob Peoples Stadium in Bear, Delaware, the home of the Caravel Buccaneers. Bucks lead Archmere 7-0 as we begin second quarter action. 3rd and long for Awerda and company here from their own 40. Double slot for Karen. Some movement upside on that front right part of the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be a false start against Caravel. That'll back them up and make this 3rd and long just a little bit longer.
And this is key, Archmere turned the ball over the second time. If you can get off 3 and out, that's kind of win for that team after, it's their second fumble. And their offense is moving the ball. This is a big play here, 3rd and about 20 now.
Yeah, 3rd and 18 after the false start. First down marker sitting at the Archmere 47.
I don't get to say Fenwick Island as much as I used to with that holding call now coming from the line of scrimmage.
Archmere going to rush 3 for Awerda, who's going to drop back and launch it, looking for Hamlin. One-on-one. That ball might have been intercepted.
It was.
Going up and getting it for the Archmere Hawks, I believe, was number 12, Michael Donovan. I'm going to have to get a number check, and it is Michael Donovan one-on-one with Trey Hamlin, one of the talented receivers here in the state of Delaware, with stride for stride, makes a play on the ball and able to pick it off and force a turnover himself.
Yeah, you know, when that ball was up in the air, I'm like, either one of these guys is going to catch the ball. I mean, they were stride for stride. They both went up, and Donovan came down with it. And that could be a very well top play.
Now, Archmere needed some of that momentum shift, and again, it was 3rd and long, so almost like a punt if you're Caravel. But now the Archmere offense back out onto the field, trips to the bottom of the screen for Kemsky.
Yeah, you know, that's why it's not a bad play call from Caravel, you know, with the interception. Like you said, it's like a punt.
Philip Blessington on the carry.
And if your guy came down with it, it would have been a first down, so.
14, James Steele, 2nd down.
So Blessington gets the carry here on 1st down, and again, we're seeing Archmere spread him out and try to also pound the football here. That time, Caravel ready for it, a gain of nothing. And now 2nd and 10. So at first it'll be 2nd and 10, of course, here after the interception from Donovan, as Archmere has it at their own 30. Once again, 3 receivers, 1 to the top of your screen. Out of the shotgun, this time play action for Kemsky, gonna fire across the middle, and that one's broken up by Trey Hamlin. Was looking for his intended target, Hagenberg, and it was in his hands. A good throw by Kemsky, but a better play on the ball from the safety, Trey Hamlin.
That was a great play by Hamlin, man. Because like you said, that play was there. That looked like it was going to be a completion, and he came and made a great play on the ball, and that sets up a 3rd and long now for Archmere.
Donovan, one of the players, Coach Blaze said, really starting to come on here for the Auks. Had some room down the seam there. Just what closing speed by Trey Hamlin to break it up. Now, 3rd and 10 for Archmere. Same formation for Kemsky, who's got, I believe, Blessington to his left. Motion, now they'll hand it back the other way. Misdirection on 3rd and 10. And it looks like that carry will go for about 7 or 8 for Colfanese.
It's not a bad call there, you know, 3rd and long.
On the carry. Tackle made.
Had a couple turnovers already. Little misdirection play. It almost worked. They got about, like you said, 6-7 yards on it. And now you can play the field position game with a good punt here.
And Colfanese certainly has the leg for it. He's been the punter now for a few years. Feels like he's been on this team for a while. He's been playing since he was an underclassman. 42 yards of punt on the season for Fanese, and he'll boot this one away, and it's a good one. Hamlin just going to go back on it, going to let it take a hop. And so are the Auks. A heck of a punt for Fanese. That's going to roll inside the 10, and it's going to keep rolling till about the 9-yard line.
That's a great punt.
Fanese's punt down by number 12, Michael Donovan.
That's what I called about, you know, that smart play there on 3rd down. You didn't pick up the 1st down. You almost did. But then you were able to get yourself into play this field position game with a great punt there by Fanese.
And the ball was spotted at the 37-yard line, their own, for Fanese and the Auks, and they just pinned Caravel inside the 10. So a 50-plus yard punt for Colfanese has Caravel starting this one deep in their own territory here. 10-16 to go, opening half. Bucks still leading 7-0. They'll split Hamlin wide. And now some motion here for Bryce McKinnon. I formation, aware to under center here on 1st down. They'll turn, pitch it outside to Miller. Miller showing off the speed, trying to get to the edge. And a good job by Archmere to seal that edge and push him out of bounds after a short gain.
They've done a pretty good job on containing Miller. I mean, Miller's picked up some yards and some yards after contact. But they really haven't had that big explosive play that you're seeing from this Caravel offense.
Yeah, and another key from head coach John Blaze for Archmere is limit that big play. They've done it so far with Jordan Miller, and obviously Caravel hurting without Craig Miller, part of that 1-2 punch that they have in the backfield. But 9 carries for 18 yards and a touchdown for Jordan Miller here today. Archmere doing a great job of keeping his yards per carry down pretty low.
That's what I'm saying, you know, like you said, two yards per carry. Now he does have the touchdown, but everything's been pretty much short with him.
McKinnon back in motion as a flanker there that side. Now he'll come back. And right there is Colfanese. I just saw the running back go down, and I should have known 22 in white was there.
He's having a peak before player of the week kind of stuff early in this game.
I hope Nick McKinley's at home watching.
Yeah.
Woo. Nick, if you're listening or watching, Cole's having himself a game. That's going to be a tackle for loss now, 3rd and 11, 9:40 and ticking. So 3rd and long, we'll see what Coach Reed decides to do here. If Huerta's going to put it in the air, if they go back to Miller on the ground.
What did we just say about how good that punt was? If you can force a 3 and out, you're going to have excellent field position here.
Caravel going to keep things tight on 3rd and 11. Hamlin, the one lone receiver to the top. Of course, I formation for Huerta. Here comes pressure from Archmere. They're showing run blitz, and Miller able to bounce it outside somehow and stay on his feet. But the Hawks able to corral him for another short gain. And Jason, that 3 and out that you were talking about has come to fruition here.
Yeah, it really has. I mean, that's great defense there for Archmere. And like you said, now you can take advantage of that punt and get yourself good field position here. Now, we said how about good Fenice is. Caravel's punter is not bad himself either. So
that is absolutely right, and it should be Truman Huerta, the quarterback, who does the quick kicks, he does the punting, he does it all. Had a couple really good ones. That one got through his hands. He's in the back of the end zone, and he's just going to take the safety. And maybe a veteran play by the junior quarterback. But you go back to the punt that you just talked about, Jason, and that's all Cole Fenice and that Archmere punt team that sealed them deep, and it ends up forcing a safety for the Hawks' first points of the night.
Yeah, first of all, heads-up play. Once you drop that snap, just pick it up and go out of bounds. Don't make it any worse than it already is, safety. But it was, again, set up by the great punt by Fenice, and then the great defense by Archmere. They go 3 and out, and now they get the 2 points on the board, and they will get the ball. And might not have as good as field position as they would have, but they're going to now have 2 points on the board.
And Caravel leading this one 7-2, but as Jason alluded to, Archmere are going to get the punt after the safety. And Caravel, again, our number 1 ranked team here in Class 2A, 3-0 undefeated on the year.
I know we keep on saying Archmere 1-2. I wouldn't look at that record. They lost a couple close games against very good teams in Newark and St. Mark's. And then had a nice win over a St. Elizabeth's team that we know is probably going to be up there in 1A again. So
and been in the Final Four, the semis, the last 2 consecutive years, bringing home that championship. A trip to the White House for the Archmere Hawks in 2021, and then back and lost to this Caravel team last year in the semifinals.
Yep, exactly right. You know.
So now, awaiting the kick from Caravel. And Hagenberg going to have it. Heels at the 25. Going to try to follow his blockers. He's hit hard. And coming in and laying the boom that time for Caravel was number 50, Joseph Devane.
Yeah, that was a great hit. Looked like he had some momentum, too. I mean, he had some speed. He was going
a little bit more. They got to start further back, right?
Yep.
Some more room to run
Yep.
there for Devane, who makes a nice stop at the 41. So Archmere offense back out onto the field here. They'll start it in their own territory, trailing 7-2. But as you mentioned earlier, offense has been able to move the ball. Just that last drive, 3 and out, as they were deep into their own territory. But the punt ended up being the best thing that could have happened for them in a way.
Absolutely,
well,
yeah.
Not the best thing, but in a way. And now the offense back out, 1st and 10. 8:31 to go, second quarter. Gemsky in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, speed option to the left. Going to pitch it, has Blessing to, who has it at the 40. Cuts back inside and picks up about 2.
That's a little old school. When I was growing up, we used to call that play when we ran in the backyard the Notre Dame option, right? I always get scared with that. But nice play there. Pick up a couple yards. Gives this Caravel defense a different look.
So they'll call it officially a yard gain here. So 2nd and 9 now for Archmere.
And no, Nick, Jason never picked up those first downs on those options.
Nah, you were the pitch man? You were the pitch man?
I was the pitch man. I was making sure that I was distributing the ball.
Double slot for Archmere on 2nd and 9. Some movement on the left side of the Caravel defensive line. Able to reset. Motion to Trips here to the bottom. That throw is on the money. He's got Cole Fenice. And he's brought down in Caravel territory at the 40. That's a gain of 20.
What hasn't he done here in the first half for these? Wow. Again, nice play. Great ball by Kemsky. Hit him right in the between the numbers. And here we go again in Caravel's territory. This is where, they've run into their struggles a little bit offensively.
7:18 and ticking as Archmere into Caravel territory now. 2 out of their last 3 plays haven't gone well in the territory. Kemsky drops straight back. Nice street stretch drop and fires on the money, but in and out of the hands of his intended target, Drew Duncan.
Yeah, right there on the sideline. Just brings up second down and long.
Duncan, their leading receiver this year, also a captain for this Archmere team. 7 catches, over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns on the season. Had a 70-yard touchdown as well this year. And after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 now for Kemsky and the Auks.
Cape Henlopen game tonight delayed. Officials didn't show.
Oh, wow.
So they're patching a crew there now as we speak. The 8 p.m. start there at Cape Henlopen tonight.
Flag's going to stop this one dead as Hagenberg came in motion and then received the carry. We'll now await the call on the field. And this one's going to go against Archmere. Full start is
6-0 Smyrna over Appoquinimink on a Jacob Tiberi 83-yard touchdown pass.
After the false start, 2nd and 15 for the Auks now. It's Fenice, Hagenberg, and Gavin Lay to the trip side, and Duncan here, the lone receiver to the bottom. Kemsky looking left now, quickly turning his attention to the right side, and now he'll tuck it and run, showing off the speed down the sideline, but Laundry once again. And you see Caravel lobbying for a hold call.
Yeah.
That was Jonas Smith who says it's going to go against the Auks, and he's right. So back-to-back penalties on Archmere, a false start followed by a holding call. And we talked about it. Once they get into Caravel territory, it's just almost as if some bad luck or stuff happens. And 2 fumbles and now a couple back-to-back penalties have them right back out of Caravel territory.
I remember holding now spot is from the previous play and not a spot foul.
And they're trying to confirm what they've got here. Duncan doesn't like it. He disagrees with where the ball is being placed, and now they'll back it up even further.
10 yards from where it was previous, which was Caravel's 45, so it should be an Archmere's 45. They got it in the correct spot. And I've noticed that in games this year just because it's the new rule. The referees are kind of going by the old rules sometimes.
They'll empty it out for Kemsky on 2nd and a mile. He'll pump fake. Looking for that double move. Good coverage down the field, and now able to stay on his feet is Kemsky. Kemsky eluding defenders, and that ball is stripped and wound up in the hands of an Auk. That was into the hands of Jack Deloze. And they blew the whistle. Now a few things can happen here, Jason. Was it a fumble? If it wasn't, end up in his hands. He can run, I guess, or maybe if it counts as a pass, he can't catch it.
To me, I would think it was probably an inadvertent whistle. So it should be just wherever that is.
And if that's the case,
it's kind of not, it kind of hurts Archmere.
It definitely does, yeah.
He was picking up yards. It's a shame, but maybe, like you said, maybe the official originally thought pass, so he blew the whistle, and then the other officials coming over, it was a fumble.
Yeah, see, that's the question, right? Because, an offensive tackle cannot catch the ball as a receiver. Now, that wouldn't be the case there. Obviously, he wasn't thrown and caught by Deloze. It looked like it was fumbled or ripped out of his hands.
Right, when he was trying scrambling around back there, and it was knocked out. Now they'll come over and they'll talk to the Archmere coaches and tell them what they have, and I'm sure Coach Police would not be happy with the inadvertent whistle, but unfortunately, that's what happens.
And we'll see if they decide to redo the down, or, and as you mentioned, Jason, if they do in fact just blow it dead, it's almost You know, obviously a win for Caravel on that down, but
let's say if it goes up to third down, yep, I think they're just going to redo the play.
yeah, referees are
And I
showing
think that's
second down.
I think that's the right call. Inadvertent whistle, just redo the down. Probably should reset the
That's
clock.
right. Doesn't look like they're going to, though.
But
So 6:39 will remain here in the second quarter. 7-2, Caravel leading Archmere. So after the confusion, they'll replay the down. 2nd and 25, take 2. Here for Kempski and the Auks. Here comes the pressure. Kempski stands in the pocket looking for Duncan. That one
that's good.
almost into his hands, but good defense that time from Charles Brodard, who was right there with him. If that just had a little more on it, would have been over. But the Caravel secondary is some of the best in the state.
And a good job by Duncan because he reached back to make sure the pass wasn't intercepted. But
that's one of my pet peeves, Jason.
Scoreboard has 4th down, but the chain marker says 3rd.
It'll be 3rd and 25 after the incompletion. But that's a pet peeve of mine, Jason. You're right. You got to love that from Duncan. Your receivers have to make plays on the ball if it's underthrown. Don't just keep running your route. Help your quarterback out, and he certainly did there. So 3rd and a mile. Trips to the top for Kempski. Duncan all by himself here to the bottom of the screen. Here's some motion. It's Hagenberg. They fake it to him. Kempski going to keep it. He runs right into that Caravel defensive line. First met by number 52 for the Buccaneers, and that's Isaac Chickalora.
And Archmere does the penalties stopped their drive this time, but good thing is for Nice, we get back there to punt again. And their defense has been playing really well. Let's see what
50-plus yarder his last time around for Fenice. And he's got a little less room to work with here. They got about 10 yards
and you know
in front of where he was.
He's going to try and keep it away from the Caravel.
How about the hang time on this one? It's going to take another Archmere hop. And how about that kick from Cole Fenice? That punt is going to get pinned inside the 2-yard line, and he's now got 2 of them here today. Came into the contest, Jason, with 1 inside the 20. How about 2 inside the 10 for number 22 in white, Cole Fenice and Archmere?
And that looked like one of my golf shots. It took some sideways spin and kept it in bounds. I thought for sure I was going to kick out of bounds like at the 10, and it goes back to almost to the 1.
And we saw what happened last time. The Archmere D forcing the safety, which resulted in their only points of the ballgame, 7-2. And now that defense going to be salivating again as Caravel pinned deep and deep inside their own territory.
That looks like it's inside the 1.
I can't get much better than that, that's for sure. As now we'll see what the Caravel offense does here with 5:40 remaining here in half number 1. They're deep.
And that ball was spotted at the 45 of Archmere, so that's about a 54-yard punt down at the 1.
Well, double tight for Caravel on 1st and 10 from inside their own 1-yard line. They'll turn and give to Miller, and he's going to get that and more.
And he might have picked up the 1st down.
And give him some breathing room on the first carry.
He's taken down by number 12, Michael Donovan. 2nd down.
So a gain of 9 for Miller.
Yeah, Caravel needed that because a lot of the running plays have gone to negative yards, and you're starting inside your own 1. There's a good chance that sometimes under safety, they picked up some yards.
Second longest carry of the night for Jordan Miller. His only longest was the 12-yard touchdown run earlier in the ball game. Right back to him he goes, and another hole opened up by that Caravel offensive line.
I think
and he might have picked up 10 more.
Whatever Coach Reed and the line coach said it, or after they came off the field last time, must have worked this time because the 2 best runs of the night come back-to-back plays.
4:50 and ticking here, first half between Caravel and Archmere. 1st and 10 after the 2 back-to-back first down carries from Jordan Miller. Caravel at their own 20. Back to Miller they go out of the I formation. And once again, another big chunk on 1st down for the Bucks. So Miller, as you mentioned, it was a topic of discussion in the first half, Jay, was the yards per carry for Miller as Archmere was bottling him up all first half long. We're 2 to 3 yards per carry, and now finally starting to find some of that running room we're used to seeing him have.
Yeah, it really has.
14 carries for 42
How about
yards
this
here for
score?
Miller.
St. Mark's 6, CR 6.
A battle. Is that one down south?
It's at the graveyard.
Ooh.
5 minutes remaining before half. Thanks, Marty, for that.
2nd and 5. They'll turn and toss it out to Miller, who's getting quite the workload here tonight in the first half. Flags come flying on the far side of the field.
And one thing Caravel has done is pretty much stayed away from the penalties. There really hasn't been many. But this one, this against Caravel, it's going to come back. And we saw what it did to Archmere's drive.
And it looks that way. It's going to be a hold against the Bucks. And that'll back him up. It's, I believe, the 2nd penalty tonight on Caravel. That false start, the only other one earlier in the ballgame.
Right. Exactly right.
So we mentioned our schedule tonight up and down the state. Sally's visiting Dover with Glenn Frazier and Pat Garianis. That game is live now as we speak. Concord visiting Milford. That one underway with Benny Mitchell and Scott Cameron. And then tomorrow, early afternoon, we believe we're going to have Newark and Mount Pleasant at noon to be determined, but that's on the slate. Back to the play on the field.
Yeah, I believe Mike, myself, and Nick Holiday will be up there.
Gotta love that. Aware they're going to look to throw here. 2nd and 15, looking deep for his intended target. That's number 13, Larry Duncan. And 2 Archmere Hawks were in coverage. So I have that as the first incomplete pass for Owerda, and I believe that's correct. I might have missed one, but Owerda now, well, 4 of 5, 15 yards, and an interception. Again, Caravel today without Craig Miller. Jordan Miller getting a healthy dose of the work. Here's the snap. This time they'll throw it out. Has Hamlin at the 24. He'll turn and get out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And that's a gain of 10.
Gives them some breathing room for this punt.
That'll bring up a 4th down for the Buccaneers.
Again, good stop by Archmere. But again, the penalty, you get the 2nd and 5, and then a 10-yard penalty puts it back at 2nd and 15. And
in the punt for Caravel, number 9, Truman.
So Truman Owerda will just step back and punt it away himself here.
we saw last time a bad snap. I went through his hands.
Hagenberg back to receive deep for Archmere. He's at the 40. The kick is away. It's a wobble one, but has some good distance. And Archmere going to poison this one, get out of the area.
That's a smart play. Looked like, he was trying to decide whether he wanted to pick it up or not. Just asking for trouble sometimes when that ball's bouncing.
3:07 to go here in the first half. Caravel leading Archmere 7-2. It's been a battle here at Bob Peoples Stadium at Bear, Delaware on Delaware Live Sports. Nick Allison, Trini, Jason Winchell, Nick Halliday. Jason, the other score updates here from up and down the state.
Smyrna's up 12-0 on Appo, as now each of their quarterbacks has thrown for a touchdown. St. Mark's 6-6 still. Odessa, Sussex Tech 0-0. Delmar 21, Indian River 7. 11 minutes left in the 4th.
Double slot for Kemsky. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. He'll throw. Out wide has Gavin Lee, who's dragged down at the 39-yard line, and a good gain on first down for the Hawks.
Yeah, we tick under 3 minutes left here in the first half, and you got I believe each team still has all 3 timeouts, so.
Gain of 7, we'll call it. And now 2nd and 3 from their own 39-yard line. Double slot once again for Kemsky, who sits in the shotgun here for Archmere. Caravel only going to bring 3. He'll fire in and out of the hands of Fanese. Just overshot him. That's a dangerous spot to miss, but does fall safely to the ground incomplete if you're an Archmere fan.
Yeah.
Kemsky's pass intended for
So after the incompletion, that's going to bring up 3rd and 3. 2:26 clock stop for the moment. As getting the play call and heading back out there is Duncan. So the Hawks need 3, potentially here to keep this drive alive. Double slot for Kemsky once again. First down marker sitting at about the 42-yard line. Caravel showing some pressure from the edge. They'll bring the linebacker. The throw is to the slot receiver. And did he make the catch? He did. Had to confirm it. And going down and getting it is Ryan Hagenberg, or excuse me.
And that's good enough for an Archmere first down. Tackle made by number 17.
I believe it was Hagenberg. Well, there was an 11, so excuse me. So that was Jack Bradley on the completion that time for a first down. And a big one here for Archmere.
Absolutely.
Kemsky now going to take it himself and run, and he's going to pick up a good first down carry for Archmere into Caravel territory.
And like you said, you know, minute 55, all 3 timeouts. They're hurrying up. You know, like you said, maybe worse. Maybe you can get a field goal here and just go in by trailing by 2 at halftime. So
1:45 and ticking, 7-2 lead for Caravel. Double slot once again here for Archmere. Kemsky, 3-step drop out of the shotgun. Now he'll roll out of the pocket, looking for somewhere to go. Doesn't have any help. He'll just run out of bounds and get back to, or excuse me, get the first down.
Out of bounds, but not before another Archmere first down.
a great job by him. He gets the first down and gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
1:34 is Archmere now into Caravel territory, sitting at the Buccaneer 42.
This is where we've had problems in the past. Archmere has tonight in the red zone, but get another solid drive. That's when they got the ball back.
And Caravel, one of the better defenses in the state, especially if you're just talking about Class 2. Kemsky, play action to Fenice. Fire has it to Fenice across the middle. And he's going to be dragged down at around the 21-yard line, a gain of 20.
I love that play call. Right up the middle, great pass. And Archmere gets the first down, and now they're just outside the red zone at the 23.
Fenice doing it all, punting, running, and receiving, working out of that slot today. 3 catches, 49 yards.
And he's putting his case for the first state orthopedics player of the game.
There he goes in motion to form trips to the left. You're going to look to him in the flat. He has it at the 20. Cuts back, reverses field inside, dragged down at the 15.
I'll say if I'm Archmere, I might use one of my timeouts here.
And that's a gain of 7 once more to Fenice.
Tackle made by number 3, Bryce McKinnon.
What a great drive here for Archmere.
Timeout Archmere with 59 seconds to go here in the first half. They trail Caravel 7-2.
How about Odessa up 7-0 over Sussex Tech? Undefeated Sussex Tech, who drew up in our rankings. And I was on with Benny Mitchell last night, and I picked that game, and I went with the Ducks at home in the blackout that they're having for being positive. But it's going to be a good game there. I think Odessa's better than their 0-3 record. They're in this division, this District 2 with Archmere, Howard. And I was saying this, all those teams are still in it because they haven't played a district game yet. You win the district, you get the auto bid. And that district is wide open. It's got some great teams in Archmere, Howard, Tower Hill's 3-0. And Odessa's in it this year. Friends who's 3-0. A great district, top to bottom. I can't wait till district play starts in District 2.
Back out on the field, 2nd-2, under 59 seconds to go. As the best offensive drive here for Archmere so far tonight. Kemsky dropping back, has time now, going to get out of the pocket. And he's so quick, able to get to the sideline and get out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
He's doing the smart job of he's looking at for his reads. And when they're not there, he's doing a good job of taking off and able to pick up some key first downs. And now I believe they're just outside the 10, so they can still pick up a first down.
That could be big, and we saw that the first game we did here with Caravel week 1. Able to get that first down inside, and then they were able to punch it in. 1st and 10 from the 11, 52 seconds to go. Trips to the top of the screen. Fenice is the inside slot man. They're going to roll Kemsky out of the pocket. He's going to look to throw. Overshot his intended target. They were looking for Fenice in the flat.
Love the play call there. Just like you said, just a little overthrown.
Intended for Fenice is incomplete.
And trying to again get the ball into number 22's hands. So that stops the clock with 48 seconds. And Jason, you mentioned they still can get a first down. It's now still 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and they still have 2 timeouts, so 48 seconds, plenty of time. Remember, Archmere got the ball to start the game, so Caravel will get it the second half.
And that could be big. This is going to be a big end of the half here, whichever way this goes. Now trips to the near side for Kempski. One-on-one to the top.
And with the 2 timeouts, you can still run the ball here if you choose.
Lee fires. They try to get it back to Venice, who makes the catch in the backfield. A kind of like a screen set up there.
Great job by the Caravel defense. They were all over that.
And Caravel, as you mentioned, right there to bring him down for no gain, or excuse me, that's going to go for a loss.
Archer's going to call a timeout with 29 seconds left. Set up this third down play.
Taken by Archmere. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to get those 50-50 raffle tickets. We will draw the 50-50 after.
So a pause here on the field after the timeout. 29 seconds to go here in half number 1. 7-2. Caravel leading Archmere. But Archmere knocking at the door here, looking at 3rd and 12 at about or inside the 15-yard line. Nick Alessandrini, Jason Winchell, and Nick Halliday here for Delaware Live Sports. Glenn and Pat and Mike bringing you the action in Dover between Dover and Salesianum. And, of course, Benny Mitchell and Scott Cameron bringing you the action down south for Milford as they welcome in
Concord.
Concord is right making the trip down. I make sure I don't say Conrad.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that both ways where I see Conrad and I keep on saying Concord and vice versa.
Well, here we go, Jay. 3rd and 12, 29 seconds to go, 7-2 ball game. As we wind down the first half, double slot for Archmere with Kempski in the shotgun. He's going to look to his right. He's going to fire, looking for Duncan. That ball tipped, though, as dropping back into coverage once again was number 54, Caravel, Joseph DeVane, who's had a few share of plays defensively here for Caravel Bucks.
Yeah, it was good coverage.
4th down, Archmere.
I think they're going to see what they do here. My guess is Venice is going to try a field goal. You're looking at about 30, 31 where they're spotting the ball.
It'll be a 31-yarder for Cole Venice, who this season is 1 for 1. He drilled a 32-yarder this year.
Caravel smart.
And Caravel will take a timeout.
Timeout taken by the Buccaneers.
So a good one, Jason. A little back and forth here. We have gone to 7-2.
A little lower score than I expected. Both teams' defenses are playing really well. But this is a good last drive here by Archmere. See if they can get those three points up and cut this to a 2-point game at halftime. But and I just really have been impressed with the way Archmere has played. And like I said, I knew their 1-2 records not indicating how good this team can play. One thing I'm sure they'll want to clean up at the break is the turnovers. Here we go.
So they're going to line up. It's going to be a 31-yard attempt here for the Auks, courtesy of Cole Venice. 1 for 1 on the season, good from 32. Snap, the hole, the kick looks like it's heading wide left, and it is.
Yeah.
So no good for Venice. He misses his first field goal of the season, and now the offense for Caravel will take over with 21 seconds to go. We'll see if they just hand off to Miller, take a knee, or head to the locker room.
I was saying, see if they take the knee. But, after a missed field goal, do you try and take a home run here?
Jason, I always go for the home run.
I'm always the same way. I'm always the same way, Nick.
That's how I am. Anyway.
I'm always aggressive.
More plays, more chances to score. That's what Coach Carty likes to say for the Delaware Blue Hen.
And then there's other coaches that say, if that happens, chance to turn it over. It looks like they are going to kneel.
And that'll do it for half number 1 here in Barrett Bob Peoples Stadium. A battle between the Archmere Auks and the number 1 ranked Caravel Buccaneers. 7-2. Bucks lead the Auks as we head to the locker room. We're going to take a break here at the half. When we come back, we'll get you first half stats. We'll get you scores from up and down the state of Delaware here, and we'll get you ready for the third quarter and second half right back here at Caravel Academy. So take a break. Caravel leading Archmere 7-2. We'll be back with the second half here on Delaware Live Sports.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Matt's Fish Camp features seafood classics, coastal comfort food, and chef-driven specials that pair perfectly with our large selection of craft ales, curated wine list, and camp cocktails. Matt's offers indoor and outdoor dining and is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, happy hour with friends, or enjoy lunch at the Raw Bar. Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week year-round. See you soon.
High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004 when three guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings in Delaware and Maryland. Also the Stone Balloon and Limestone Barbecue. And let's not forget Eggspectation and 5 Jersey Mikes throughout Delaware. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality.
Barkley Heating and Air. Barkley's can work on all brands specializing in air conditioners, gas, oil, and heat pumps. Family owned and operated with over 17 years of experience. Licensed, insured, and a multiple-year First State Favorites winner. Barkley Heating and Air offers 24-hour emergency service with service plans available. Customer satisfaction guaranteed. Call 302-653-5971 for a free estimate today. John and Ginger Barkley are looking forward to serving the community. Find them on the web at barkleyheatingandair.com. Hi,
I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon.
Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution, we are the union.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check Delaware. With chef-inspired daily specials, an award-winning wine list, and an extensive list of craft cocktails and local beer, Blue Coast is the perfect...
I would always pass by Ferris on Kirkwood Highway, so I knew that they existed. We stopped in the showroom. We just clicked, like from day one. They did a total kitchen renovation on time, kept to the schedule. The level of comfort speaking to everyone that works at Ferris, they were just super friendly, easy to talk to. It was like they were friends, not, you know, people coming to work on our kitchen. The room is totally transformed from what it used to look like to have a kitchen every day. It was just a great experience. We love Ferris.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. Difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
You may have tried physical therapy.
But have you tried Premier?
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out. Fish On is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a cool atmosphere with a happening bar, spacious dining room, and outside patio. Popular dishes include the seafood stew and fresh oysters from the Raw Bar. Fish On's recently renovated event room and is the perfect spot for your next event. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points, open 7 days a week, best happy hour around. See you soon.
How you doing? My name's Mike Cassidy. I'm the founder and president of Cassidy Painting. I started back in 1984, incorporated in 1986. I never had the word no in my vocabulary. When someone called me to do a job, I always said yes, whether it was a struggle, whether it was 7 days a week, sun up to sundown. it didn't matter. And with that philosophy, we were able to grow to the size we are. We employ close to 80 individuals.
We really enjoy being in the family business. I look forward to coming to work every day, and it's so nice to work with the people that we work with in the office. We've really become a family with them. We really create a family experience around here.
And Cassidy Painting is a very diversified company. We don't say no to anything. We deal with everything from epoxy floors to painting buildings to spray foam insulation, spray fireproofing. If it deals with a coating, we can handle it. So when our customers call and they're under the gun and they know the need to get a job done, they know who to call because we perform. We've always been performed. We've never been replaced out of 37 years of business. For any of your painting needs, we can handle it.
I'm Chef Hari Cameron. At Grandpa Mac, pasta's our thing. We serve quality food fast that's not fast food. We make everything in-house and serve something for everyone. We're open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Follow the noodle to Grandpa Mac.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, wraps, salads, local coffee and smoothies, and our iconic merch. Welcome to Surf Bagel. We're stoked to serve you.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Matt's Fish Camp features seafood classics, coastal comfort food, and chef-driven specials that pair perfectly with our large selection of craft ales, curated wine list, and camp cocktails. Matt's offers indoor and outdoor dining and is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, happy hour with friends, or enjoy lunch at the Raw Bar. Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week year-round. See you soon.
High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004 when three guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings in Delaware and Maryland. Also the Stone Balloon and Limestone Barbecue. And let's not forget Expectation and 5 Jersey Mikes throughout Delaware. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality.
Barkley Heating and Air. Barclays can work on all brands specializing in air conditioners, gas, oil, and heat pumps. Family owned and operated with over 17 years of experience. Licensed, insured, and a multiple-year First Aid Favorites winner. Barkley Heating and Air offers 24-hour emergency service with service plans available. Customer satisfaction guaranteed. Call 302-653-5971 for a free estimate today. John and Ginger Barkley are looking forward to serving the community. Find them on the web at barkleyheatingandair.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon.
Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution, we are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway, Blue Coast features indoor and outdoor dining and serves beautiful, simple food that highlights the flavors of Southern Delaware. With chef-inspired daily specials, an award-winning wine list, and an extensive list of craft cocktails and local beer, Blue Coast is the perfect spot for a night out. Blue Coast Seafood Grill in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week year-round for lunch and dinner. See you soon.
I would always pass by Ferris on Kirkwood Highway, so I knew that they existed. We stopped in the showroom. We just clicked, like from day one. They did a total kitchen renovation for us. Ferris was so the level of comfort speaking to everyone that works at Ferris, they were just super friendly. It used to look like. To have all this seating now and the big table, the bench seats, it's great. I love coming home and just walking through the laundry room into the kitchen every day. It was just a great experience. We loved Ferris.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
You may have tried physical therapy.
But have you tried Premier?
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out. Fish On is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a cool atmosphere with a happening bar, spacious dining room, and outside patio. Perfect spot for your next event. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points, open 7 days a week, best happy hour around. See you soon.
It was a battle in the first half, and we're expecting nothing less here in half number 2. Welcome back inside Delaware Live Sports. Nick Alessandrini alongside Jason Winchell and Nick Halliday here at Bob Peoples Stadium in Bear, Delaware, the home of the #1 ranked Caravel Buccaneers. Caravel coming into the contest 3-0, taking on the visiting Archmere Hawks, who come in J1-2, and we saw a lot of defense there in that first half. A few turnovers, some special teams plays, if you will, as well. And then when it was all said and done, it was a Jordan Miller 12-yard touchdown run that is the difference there, 7-0. And then Archmere able to strike late in that first quarter, but it was the defense forcing a safety after a 50-yard punt from Cole Finese pinned the Caravel Bucks offense deep into their own territory. Archmere defense gets 2 points on the safety, and that's where we are, 7-2. Caravel leading Archmere as we are set for second half action.
Yeah, Caravel got that opening touchdown, points off the turnover, and then the safety Archmere got, and we're at 7-2. But Archmere moved the ball there at the end of we'll receive the ball here to start the second half.
Get you some stats for Jordan Miller, who was alone in the backfield today here for Caravel. No Craig Miller is out with an injury. Again, his status going forward is to be determined. But Jordan Miller, 14 carries, 42 yards, and that touchdown that he had back in the first quarter. You look now at Truman Awerda, the junior quarterback who's been playing since he was a freshman. He is 3 of 6 for 25 yards and an interception. Trey Hamlin has been held in check today, the Caravel talented wide receiver. He's got 2 catches for 16 yards. Now you look at the Archmere offense. Kemsky is doing it almost all here for them, doing it both ways. He's been a dual threat here today. He's got 8 carries for 44 yards. And he's 7 of 12 for 69 yards. So can throw it. He's been running it. Cole Finese, 3 carries for 14. And Finese has been actually the beneficiary on most of the work through the air. He's got 5 catches on 6 targets for 54 yards.
Yeah, Finese had a great first half for the Archmere Hawks, and so did Kemsky. Kemsky made some great decisions, pulling the ball down when they didn't have receivers open. Were able to pick up some key first downs with his legs. So, here we go. If you're Archmere, you coach police, you got to say at halftime, you got to tell these kids we're right there. But, Caravel is so talented that they're going to make adjustments too, and it's going to be a great second half, I think.
It's going to be fun. 7-2 in the first half, low scoring, and we'll see if the offense is going to make some adjustments here in half number 2. Great crowd on hand here tonight, and Bear got the kids dancing in front of us here down in the stand. Caravel at the 20. And getting out near the 34.
Good return.
Buccaneers.
Yeah, those are tough because you got to go down to pick up the ball, and sometimes your knee is on the ground. He did a good job of bending down, picking up the ball, and picking up a decent return.
That was Charles Bedard.
If you're Archmere, your defense did a great job in that first half, and let's see if they can keep it up here in the second half. They really...
Miller, once again, the tailback. He sits behind the fullback, Brock Rhodes. And sort of an unbalanced look to the left side as they come back to the right side. And they get it into the gut of Miller.
Good job there by Finese making the tackle. He's been really all over the place defensively, too.
Yeah, that'll probably gain a 3. That's the one area I'm not keeping track of his tackles because yes, number 22 would certainly have a fair share. Miller picks up 3 on first down. He's up now to 15 carries in the ball game. 2nd and 7. Hamlin in motion. They'll turn. Toss crack once again. That's what they scored the touchdown on. They go back to Jordan Miller. Flags come flying. He's pushed out of bounds for no gain, but we'll await the call on the field.
And I think that's going to come back with the hole, but it could be interesting here. Do you make it 3rd down and long, or do you make it 2nd and very long, but give them that extra down?
It's going to go against Caravel. It's going to be a holding. That's the 3rd penalty of the night on the Buccaneers. So that'll back them up. Looks like they're going to spot this one at the 27. So 2nd and 17 now for the Caravel offense after the holding call. 11:09 and ticking 3rd quarter action in a good ball game as the rain is starting to fall.
Yeah, I was wondering why Nick had that covered the camera.
Coming back the other direction is Hamlin from the wide receiver of about 6. We hope we're still going. And yeah, we are distance away, but hopefully in the visitor box. But not going to get the benefit of the doubt there. That one falls incomplete, and the Archmere D forcing potentially a 3-and-out here on the first drive for Caravel here in the second half.
Yeah, again, their defense has been really good here in this game, and they forced a 3-and-out here to start the second half.
Yeah, holding call backed him up, and those penalties can be drive killers.
Yeah, Archmere had one that stymied one of their drives in the first half, put them back in 1st and 25. It's just it's a hold. It's hard to come out of.
Aware to back to punt for Caravel. It's Ryan Hagenberg at the 40, and now more flags. And this one, as both sides are pointing at each other. And it's going to go against Caravel now with their 4th penalty tonight. So that'll back him up to the 28-yard line. Awerda is now going to punt this one away from inside his own 15. Hagenberg sitting at the 40. Pressure off the edge was Fanese. Couldn't get there in time. Punt is away. It's a good one. Into the hands of Ryan Hagenberg at the 35. A little hesitation, gets to the sideline, picks up some extra yardage. And a nice return for Hagenberg. Gives Archmere the ball close to midfield.
Yeah, like you said, almost gets the ball into Caravel territory. Decent return and a decent punt too from back in his own territory.
9:52 to go here in the third quarter. Thanks for joining us here on Delaware Live Sports. Nick Alessandrini, Jason Winchell, and Nate Halliday here in Bears. The rain, I believe, lightened up a little bit now already.
Yeah, it was. You know, I looked at the forecast because I remember texting you.
Bring a rain jacket, right? I was like, oh, man.
And then, you know, then it changed. It seemed like the rain went north as they flooded the streets of New York and New Jersey up there. But
hand off to Cole Fanese on first down. Runs into the arms of Brock Rhodes. But how about the strength from Fanese to fall forward? And that's a good chunk. We'll call it 4 on first down for Archmere.
And in the first half, we saw Archmere. They dropped back to pass the ball a lot. I'd like to see him try and get this running game going with Fanese and you know, others here in a little bit here in the second half and mix it in with those pass plays that they were successful in the first half.
4th carry of the night for Cole Fanese. He's got 19 yards. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard carry. Into Caravel territory to the 49, go the Hawks. Kempski fakes it, keeps him himself. Nice cut inside. And that should be enough for a first down.
That was a great play.
Kempski on the keeper.
He's had some big runs here
He's
today.
a shifty guy.
Yeah, he is shifty.
You know, at least my first opportunity seeing Kempski here in person tonight for Archmere.
You know, for all those years, you had Mr. Everything over there for Archmere.
Offense and defense, did it both sides of the ball, and special teams.
And now you got, you know, Kempski. Those are not easy shoes to fill in, and he's done a good job. I mean, people are looking, go, well, they're 1-2, but again, the offense has done its job, and I think, like I said, the one thing I think coach would like to assume is eliminate the turnovers.
Whistle's going to stop this play dead. And they're going to call offsides against Caravel. 5th penalty of the night for the Buccaneers to Archmere's 3. And we had a pretty clean first half. Penalties starting to fly here. They started to a little bit late in that first half, and now here into the third quarter, we're seeing some more.
Now, you know, again, Archmere had that good drive at the end of the first half. It came away with no point, but it was a great drive. They got all the way down to the inside the red zone, and here they are moving the ball again.
Duncan, Fanese, and Hagenberg, the receivers here, as Fanese goes in deep motion. They'll turn, hand it up the middle to P.J. Blessington. He's hammered hard as he gets in the next level of that Caravel defense.
It's probably a good thing that he hit him there, because if not, he was going to the house, Nick.
That was Blessington hit by Hamlin. So a gain of 9.
Number 55, Jonas Smith with the initial hit.
I believe for Blessington on that carry. First and 10 now is Archmere putting together a nice drive on their first touch of the football here in half number 2. Motion to Finis, they'll give it to him. Cuts inside, running hard, brought down by Devane. Or excuse me, Josh Cox, the sophomore. Oh, that's Archmere.
And after
the flags, as I had my head down there.
I was too. I was looking the thing, but I heard the Archmere crowd going. There's a lot of pushing and shoving after the play. Let's see who they get the penalty on. I didn't see it.
So the referee is going to get together and have a discussion about this one. Something late there after the whistle. And it's going to be a personal foul against the Buccaneers.
And the one thing, Nick, now that they do is on those personal fouls, you take the person's number, you get a second one, you're ejected for that game, and then you got to start the next game. We've seen that a couple times this year already, so. Now. Yeah, half the distance.
That's going to be a big penalty. Half the distance. That's going to put them at about the 14, Jay, and they can get another first down inside the 5. First and 10, 7:14 to go in the third here for the Hawks as they're driving. Here to kick off their third quarter. They fake to Hagenberg. Kemsky keeps it himself. Going to get down inside the 5-yard line, and that was good defense. Once again, tackled by Joseph Devane, and Devane was going for the strip. That's how they teach it. That was textbook play on the tackle there by the Caravel Bucks.
Remember, they had 2 fumbles to start the game. They got that from Archmere, and both kind of the same things.
Kemsky now 10 carries for 52 yards. Second and 7 after the carry on first down. 6 minutes, 30 seconds and ticking here in the third. In a big battle here in Class 2. Kemsky in the shotgun from the 11. They're going to fake motion. Kemsky looking to throw, looking for the back of the end zone. He's going to fire. That one's intercepted. Intercepted that time by Tizen Witcher.
Great coverage down there by Caravel.
And Tyson Witcher with a huge interception and what could be potentially the play of the game is Archmere once again driving, this time the deepest they've been into Caravel territory.
Yeah, so down their last 2 drives, they've been inside the red zone and come away with no points, Nick. And that, when you're playing Caravel, those are the ones that kind of hurt a little bit.
And Tyson Witcher with a huge play as Kemsky had his man open in the back corner of the end zone. Just couldn't get it to him as Witcher picks it off. And a big turnover for the Bucks. So now first and 10 for the Caravel Buccaneers. They'll have it at the 20 after the touchback. They'll turn it, hand it to Miller. And he's wrapped up quickly. Coming up and making the play is number 11 here for Archmere, and that is Jack Bradley. Jack Bradley starting to break through as well here, talking to Coach Belace, and he's doing a lot in the backfield. 4 carries, 89 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the ground this year. Doing it here defensively. So gain of 5 for Miller. 16 carries, 50 yards for the talented running back. They'll go right back to him up the middle, and this time Finis wraps him up. But falling forward is Miller for a first down.
Jordan Miller on the carry. That's good enough for a Buccaneer first down.
So the Caravel defense, Jay, and as we know, one of the most stout defenses in Class 2A, but also you look at any class, they've got some of the best, and they're coming up big tonight.
And they held, Laurel, who's a team that scores a lot of points in 3 last week. Here, Archmere was the safety. They held them to a safety. Archmere has moved the ball on them, but Caravel has one of those defenses that when you get inside the red zone, you have to earn the points. They're not letting you get in, and they've done a good job of keeping Archmere out of the end zone.
How about they'll empty it out? Give it to Hamlin on the jet sweep. He's got some green grass in front of him. How about the speed to get up and or to turn and get upfield. Right through the hole he goes, and that's going to be a gain of about 9.
Yeah, Caravel's starting to figure some things out on offense. I like that play call. Give it to the guy in motion who's got speed, and he turned that up.
And those are your two biggest playmakers if you're Caravel offensively. Obviously, Jordan Miller, who's touched the ball 17 times tonight. But you got to find a way, if you're Caravel Bucks, to get the ball into the hands of Trey Hamlin. Just whenever he has the ball in his hands, he is capable of taking it all the way and finding 6.
And Archmere's done a good job covering him on the passing game. So try and get, like you said, find other ways to get the ball in his hand.
This time they go back to Miller. They tighten it up, I formation, and Miller with a big carry on first down and into Archmere territory he goes.
Jordan Miller on the carry. First down, Caravel.
A gain of 14 on the carry for Miller, who's now starting to find these openings as the Bucks are wearing down that Archmere defense.
Yeah, exactly right. Another big run there.
18 carries, 70 yards, and a score for Jordan Miller, who has the backfield all to himself tonight. Going to have to hit that whirlpool after the game.
Yeah.
Back to him they go, looking for any type of hole to get through. And he does, able to find one, slides through. Now some laundry. Archmere wants a flag.
Archmere
or
wants
they say
the ball.
they want the football.
And
Excuse me. And I believe they're going to whistle this one dead.
Yeah, I think the whistle blew.
And it looks like a player for the Hawks battling some cramps at around the 40-yard line.
Second down.
And that could be, looks like Hagenberg.
Yeah.
Slow to get up there as he's down the point. They're stretching him out with 4:09 to go here in the third. We're going to take an audio break here on Delaware Live Sports, and we come back to third quarter action, 7-2 between Archmere and number 1 ranked Caravel. We'll be right back after the injury timeout. And welcome back here to Delaware Live Sports. Hagenberg able to get off the field under his own power. Love to see that. And now it'll be 2nd and 5 as the clock continues to run here for Caravel. As they've gone back to that run game, Archmere did such a good job in that first half of limiting Jordan Miller and that powerful offensive
line. And the first drive in the second half,
yeah.
they forced them to 3 and out.
As the rain's starting to fall some more here.
And Archmere drove down, and then the interception.
Side, spinning at the 10, and finally brought down at the 5-yard line. We've been waiting for the big play from Jordan Miller, and there it is.
There it is, right? You know, I thought they had him back in the back, you know, close to the line of scrimmage, and he just went off.
A big carry as Deloche brings first and goal from the 5 for the Bucks. Deep motion from Hamlin. There they go. The crackback toss for it. Scored Miller his first time around. And he's going to be stopped short at about the 2-yard line.
Jordan Miller on the carry. Tackle made by number 3, Miles Kempsky. Second down.
Come 3 yards for Miller. That's the play they've liked to run. We've seen it 4 or 5 times. They bring Hamlin in 30 and ticking. Looks like a quarterback sneak from Truman Awerta, but did he get there? Officials are running in, and it looks like he'll be short, and they're going to mark him inches short. And now,
I like the play call there, a little quarterback sneak to Archmere. But like you said, 2 more downs technically. I mean, if you want to think about it from the half-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. As Caravel offense trots back out to the line of scrimmage here. 3rd and goal from the inch-yard line. Awerta turns, hands to Miller, and he is in easy for the touchdown. 2nd rushing touchdown of the night for Jordan Miller. And Caravel extends this lead to 13-2.
Yeah, good cut by him when he got the ball, and he was nothing but green grass, and he takes it in for another touchdown for Caravel. And That's big, you know. The Archmere's going in, take the lead themselves, and interception, and Caravel goes right down the field.
Of action. And now Logan Keld up for the extra point attempt. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and the kick is good. 14-2, Caravel after the 80-yard drive is punched in by a 1-yard touchdown run from Jordan Miller, his second of the game. He's got 21 carries, 109 yards, and 2 touchdowns. As well. And it's been a battle with the visiting 1-2 Archmere Hawks, but as Jason said, 1-2 doesn't tell the story for this team. Final 4 appearances the last 2 years for Archmere, including that state championship win back in 2021. There's the kickoff and then hit hard and limiting this return to the 24-yard line as Hagenberg gets there.
And if you're Archmere, you moved the ball, well your last 2 drives and came away empty. But now, this is a big drive here. You're down 12 points. Minute 38 left here in the third quarter.
And now a Caravel player is down around the 37 as we have a pause in the action. As we'll take another break here on Delaware Live Sports. We'll get you an update hopefully soon when we come back. A player down for the Bucks, 14-2. Caravel leading Archmere.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned community-based news. Free to every reader. Because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home. The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned community-based news. Free to every reader. Because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
We're set to resume action. Nick Allison, Jason Winchell, Nick Halliday right here on Delaware Live Sports. 1:38 remaining third quarter between Archmere and Caravel. Caravel coming off a touchdown run from Jordan Miller. And now first play of the ensuing possession here for the Hawks. They'll turn, hand it off on first down. And standing strong, at least for a yard or two, is Cole Fanise.
He's taken down by a party of Buccaneers.
Yeah, it wasn't just one, it was a party of them that made the tackle.
Clock continuing to run here in the third quarter as the rain has been on and off. A light rain. Now looks like it's back off. Second and 8 after the 2-yard carry from Fanise on first down. Kemsky, play action, looking for Duncan down the field. He had him beat. He was behind that next level. They couldn't get him the football. And Caravel is going to come up with a big sack in the backfield as Kemsky is taken down for a 3-yard loss.
By number 54, Dwight Williams.
Yeah, like you said, Duncan was streaking down there. Kemsky just could not get him the ball, and ends up being a 3rd and long now. Might be the last play of the third quarter here.
24 and ticking after the sack from Caravel. Was a host of Buccaneers, couldn't get an individual number on the sack. And now trips here on 3rd and 12. They'll empty it out. Kemsky out of the shotgun, they'll get the play off. He's going to fire, has Duncan at the 30, going to have to make something happen. He cuts back inside, and he got it.
What a cut by him. And that should do it, right? End of the third quarter there.
It should, and they're going to mark it as good enough for a first down, and that'll take us to the end of quarter number 3. Caravel with the only score of the quarter, an 8-yard touchdown drive capitalized by a 1-yard touchdown from Jordan Miller. 14-2, number 1 Caravel leading the visiting Archmere. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action here from Bob Peoples Stadium in Bear.
High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings in Delaware and Maryland. Also the Stone Balloon and Limestone Barbecue. And let's not forget Expectation and 5 Jersey Mikes throughout Delaware. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality. High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings in Delaware and Maryland. Also the Stone Balloon and Limestone Barbecue. And let's not forget Expectation and 5 Jersey Mikes throughout Delaware. High Five Hospitality's mission is to
the fourth here in Bear. Nick Allison journey alongside Jason Winchell and Nick Halliday, Archmere and Caravel. As we begin the fourth quarter, Fenice in deep motion will come and take the handoff at the 35. Nice cut to get inside. And he'll get out to the 41 and a good gain on first down for Fenice.
Quick score update. My Odessa Ducks, 28-0 over Sussex Tech.
That's right, Jason making an appearance on the Pigskin Pick'ems with Benny and Trey Mitchell this week. Again, love that segment that they do. I hope to be on here down the line.
The only one pick Odessa.
Looking good so far.
I got to catch Twitter Phil. He's in the lead.
Shout out to Twitter Phil. He knows his stuff.
Yep.
11:20 and ticking. Double slot here for Archmere. Caravel showing pressure off the edge. They'll bring it. Play action here for Kemsky. Looking down the middle of the field. Once again, had some receivers running open, but is pressured. Going to have to turn it and get upfield. Took a shot here on the near sideline as he's pushed down at the 45. Laundry on the field will await to call here, and we've seen a few of them as Kemsky's been scrambling out of the pocket.
I think it was before. I don't know if they had enough guys on the line of scrimmage.
There was a flag on
it looked like a full start or legal procedure. Looked like a full start. Referee, of course, facing the other sideline. But either way, it's going to back up the Aux and penalty number 4 tonight on Archmere.
Still second down.
That brings up second and long now.
So now a 2-score ball game after the Caravel touchdown as Archmere trailing by 12. 11 minutes left to go here. Thanks for spending your Friday night with us here on Delaware Live Sports. Trips to the top of the screen. Duncan 101 to the bottom. On 2nd and 9. Kemsky, they'll roll him out this time to the right side. He's going to fire to the next level, has his man. I believe that's Donovan who has the catch at the 50. Or excuse me, Jack Bradley, I apologize. And Bradley with a big catch
and again,
from Kemsky.
They're in Caravel's territory. You know, they're moving the ball.
John Bradley, and that's good enough for an Archmere first down.
18 on the completion.
I like Kemsky when he rolls out. He's very accurate throwing for the rollout.
That ticket number again, 5078.
9 of 17, 99 yards. And an interception for Kemsky, and also doing it on the ground, 10 carries, 52 yards. So into Caravel territory once again go the Aux at the Caravel 46. Trips to the top, Duncan to the bottom. Kemsky hands off to Cole Fenice, who saw some daylight, and he's tripped up by the shoestrings, possibly saving a big, big gain there. And it could have been McKinnon or Rose. It was McKinnon that got him.
That's a great play by him, like you said, because if not, that's a big gain. Trips him up.
Fenice again playing in his 3rd game this year. 8 carries, 34 yards, has 5 catches on 6 targets for 54.
Yeah.
Also doing a heck of a job defensively and punting the football.
He's done it all. 5-tool athlete.
2nd and 6. Inside 10 minutes to go. Play action to Blessington. Kemsky sees a hole, step up in the pocket, lets the ball fly, incomplete. As he was looking down the field for Jack Bradley. That was close to whether or not Kemsky got the ball. All you need is one body part, anything behind that line of scrimmage.
I think the ref got him.
It was close.
It was, like you said, any part of the body, and I think it.
And it looks
that's
like
a
you're
loss
right.
of down too. So that's a
5th penalty of the night on Archmere.
And he had some yards there if he continues to run.
I thought he might take off. So that'll back him up. And as Jason mentioned, a loss of down.
That penalty will go against
We'll
the
make it
Hawks.
3rd and 11.
It will be a loss of downs. They're down, 3rd down, Archmere.
So 3rd and 6 now for Archmere. They'll empty it out.
3rd and 11.
Excuse me, 3rd and 11.
Timeout taken by the Buccaneers.
Caravel will take a timeout. We will take it with them with 9:43 to go here in the 4th quarter. Caravel and Archmere, the Bucks, leading the Hawks 14-2. We'll be right back on Delaware Live Sports.
Visit us at firststateortho.com. First State Orthopedic statewide has 29 physicians at 16 locations. Our physicians and staff provide both non-surgical as well as surgical treatment for almost all orthopedic conditions and injuries. We are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physician and orthopedic consultant for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to the local emergency departments as well as medical aid units and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Call for an appointment.
Back out onto the field here on Delaware Live Sports. 9:43 to go in the 4th from Bob Peoples Stadium in Bear, Delaware. Caravel leading Archmere 14-2. Going to show some pressure backing out of it is McKinnon here on 3rd and 11. Caravel going to bring 4. Kemsky. Nowhere to go. He's brought down and sacked at the 45. And that sack going to go to James Steele.
That's a big play there by Steele. I was
and the
about
clock will continue to run.
I was about to say with the time of the game, it probably was going to be 4-down territory. Cannot be now with the sack, so they're going to have to punt. So that was a big stack.
In the punt is number 22, Cole Fanise.
So Fanise back out to punt here for Archmere, 9:06 and ticking.
He's had 2 50-plus yarders down the inside 10.
Got to be clear of number 4, that's for sure. Hamlin had 2 punt return touchdowns the last time we were in this box.
Prior to the snap.
And another whistle as flags fly before the snap.
Still 4th down.
And Archmere gets their 6th penalty.
Yeah.
This is the last call for the 50-50, or we will draw a new ticket.
Last call for 50-50.
That's right.
Nick, get out your ticket.
I didn't come over here.
All right. They did not. I don't think we're eligible anyway.
I guess not. I don't think so. So Fanise sent to punt it away. Good snap. And that one just got off the side of his foot, and a short punt for Fanise, the first mistake that he's made all night. And that's going to be good field position for Caravel.
Yeah, the official's still coming up the field.
Goes out of bounds. 1st down, Caravel.
I think Caravel's going to get the ball on Archmere's side of the field. Archmere probably could have went for it.
So a short punt for Cole Fanise gives Caravel the ball here at the 45. And again, the only blemish on 22 and White's game here tonight is Archmere has played a tough game, Jay. And again, just a few miscues early on gave some of that momentum early to Caravel. But again, the Buccaneers
there's
made them
2
earn it.
drives, right? One at the end of the first half and one at the end of the second half where they got nothing. And that's, that's the difference.
There goes Jordan Miller, so quick hitting those holes. That time he takes the dive up the middle for 4 to the 41.
You think about it, if you get the 3 before halftime and say 3 before, you know, you're up 8-7. You know, instead you came up empty, and then Caravel last drive went 80 yards, their best drive of the game.
Yep.
Remember, their first touchdown came off a short field after the turnover. This Archer defense has done a great job on Miller tonight. But then Miller, last drive, seemed like he figured some things out.
And that's just the wear and tear. And there you see it from Jordan Miller. You run that hard all game long, it's going to wear down opposing defenses, and that's good for an 8-yard carry and a new set of downs. As you mentioned it, he's really now starting to break through. He was held in check, Jay. 12 carries for 27 yards, 13 for 36, and then it started to uptick. He's now at 23 for 114.
Yeah, he's really
121 yards and 2 touchdowns. So expect to see, and we talked about it coming in, there was no Craig Miller tonight, again, out due to injury. And those two kind of split the carries for the most part. And now they'll throw it out. They get it into the hands in the backfield of Taj Bowden. And that's the freshman.
Scores for your Smyrna's up 26-0 over Appo. So it looks like Smyrna's on their way to get their first win of the season. And Dover's up 14-7 over Sally's at the half. Odessa was up 28-0 on Sussex Tech at the half.
And while we have a minute, a shout out to Valerie Wright Biofor, who's the head cheerleading coach here at Archmere, was my English teacher back at St. Mark's, my student council, one of my student council board members at St. Mark's as well, and she does such a great job. She did back at St. Mark's, and now here at Archmere.
You say hi to
Haven't
her
seen her today.
Oh, she's here.
But she's down there. I know I've seen her somewhere. So again, shout out to Valerie. As this one falls, I believe, incomplete, or they marked it completion and push out of bounds.
The completion and out of bounds.
That one goes to Duncan.
It's run out of bounds by number 3, Miles Kensky, second down.
Are they stopping the clock here? They push you out of bounds, Jay, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
Even with 6:34 to go?
I believe high school don't matter what the time.
How about that?
When it's out of bounds, it's out of bounds. Clock will stop.
Aware now looking for Bowden. That one just out of his reach. And flags come flying late, and that one was tossed across the field. Something must have stood out to that officiating crew down there. We'll await the call. And
might not have been up at the line. Sometimes you see that.
To mention Taj Bowden, who was bid number 26, the running back here in the last 2 plays, had that catch, and then they were looking for him that time. That was kind of the name, we were looking for with the absence of Jordan Miller. He was going to be the guy to step up and be that second back to Craig Miller, or excuse me, to Jordan Miller. Not Craig Miller.
I think they call that offensive pass interference.
That'll be the 6th penalty against Caravel, and now both teams with 6 tonight unofficially.
There's probably a legal pick sometimes you'll see.
See in the NFL. It's called the Eagles all the time.
Yeah.
It got called on Monday.
Monday night. Of course, I was working at that point.
Now, let me tell you this. When you're at Target on a Monday night and the game's on, can you just go to the TV section and put it on every single TV, like, when you walk around?
They turn that off at 10 o'clock when the customers leave.
No.
But, so
that's not
I was
good.
telling Nick, trying to make that occasional, with the game being on ABC.
Yeah, tell them that's when I walk in late, and that's what I want to see, right? If I'm
so
a worker, I want to see that over the game.
So I was able to walk in and try to catch out someplace. Pretend like I was sneaking in for a drink.
And now we have a car illegally parked here at Bob Peoples Stadium, and it is not Nick Halliday, who usually has that parking spot here down by the entrance. Didn't see him there today.
Well, yeah, because
What's up with that?
It was marked handicap, and so
so
we
they
parked
won't let
on
him
the
come
other
anymore. They get close. They got to walk that equipment across the way.
And then Purdue said some guy. gets the 50-50 winner gets the parking spot the following week.
How about that?
Along with
you
the
get
cash.
the money, right? As long as you get the money too.
I'd say give me the cash.
It's a good parking spot. Can't beat it. Best parking spot in the house.
And add another 50, and you can have the spot back.
That's right. I'll just park across the street. 6:32 clock stop for a moment here after the penalty. Or Witter will turn and pitch to Miller, who's getting some more work here late in the ball game. And how about the smart play for Miller to stay in bounds?
Yeah, absolutely.
And he'll pick up 11 yards.
Tackle made by Alex.
Running out of room on the carries on my stat sheet.
Third down.
He's up to 24 for $132 and 2 scores.
Yeah, he's had a big second half. Last 2 drives, he's been really good. And like you said, I think some of it is when you run the ball, like he has so many times, the Archmere defense, I think, is feeling the effects of it a little bit.
Wearing him down for sure here today, and Archmere has played a good ball game here against the top team in Class 2. Undefeated 3-0 Caravel. Weirda now out of the gun, going to look to throw. Firing to the sideline. Good defense out there. That coverage provided by Michael Donovan, the sophomore. He was looking, though, Weirda was for his teammate, number 13, Larry Duncan.
How about their last, I believe, 9 quarters that this Caravel defense played? No offensive touchdowns.
That's remarkable.
Yeah. Against some pretty good teams in Laurel, Archmere. And I believe the week before was Howard to shine out in the fourth quarter.
So they're going to line up for a field goal attempt.
And I can tell you, this kid has a leg.
It's going to be a 36-yarder. I think it's Logan Keld out to try it. Snap, the kick is up. And just falls short in front of the goalpost.
I was to say, from here, it looked like it was about to be.
So 36-yarder would have been good from 33.
About 33, yeah, 34. It was just short.
5:32 still to go here. Fourth quarter action, 14-2. Caravel leading Archmere off your Archmere offense out on the field. We'll be right back. Back out of the short break in between possessions here. The Logan Kell 36-yard field goal, just a few yards short. We'll keep the score 14-2 in favor of the Buccaneers. Archmere offense back out onto the field, and now some quick movement. That's going to be a false start against Archmere.
And both teams, I thought the first half there wasn't many penalties on either team.
No, not at all.
Second half, they're starting to pile up.
I think that's the 5th penalty of the second half for Archmere.
And Caravel had one.
7th of the ball game.
Yeah, Caravel's had a bunch here in the second half too, and
so after the penalty, 1st and 15, Kemsky fires, looking for Duncan on the far sideline, in and out of his hands. 2nd down.
Yeah.
Kemsky's pass intended for Duncan is incomplete.
Kemsky has put the ball in the air 18 times tonight.
Yeah, he threw the ball a lot against St. Mark's too, and he threw for over 300 yards in that game. That one back and forth. Either defense could find that stop in that game.
5:29 after the incompletion. Clock stopped. Double slot for Kemsky. He'll once again drop back and look to throw out of the shotgun. Here comes that Caravel pressure. Cross body goes Kemsky, and that ball's intercepted by Bryce McKinnon. McKinnon picks it off at the 20. He's taken down at the 15. And this Caravel defense with another turnover.
Yeah,
they're showing why they're one of the best.
Yeah, exactly right. And that's a tough throw to make against any defense. You're running for, trying to get out of that, the rush and throwing across your body. And but yeah, this Caravel defense, like I said, I mean, they haven't given up anything. And they forced turnover after turnover after turnover, put so much pressure on the opposing team's offenses. And there you go, and interception here, and Caravel's trying to get out of here with the W.
Second interception for the Caravel defense. Second interception thrown for Miles Kemsky. Turn and give up the middle. We'll see if that's Miller, if he's still in the ball game here. And it is.
Jordan Miller on the carry. He's grappled to the ground.
Picks up about a yard. So now if you're Caravel, Jay, you're now looking to work that clock here. With a 14-2 lead, you got the ball in the red zone. And now I think we're going to see a heavy dose of the freshman Bowden now, as well as Jordan Miller.
Ed Miller, yep. Absolutely. His score here of any kind almost puts this away.
Jordan Miller, the tailback here out of the I formation. Double tight once again for Caravel. Dive up the middle to Miller. He'll dive forward and get to about the 6.
A touchdown makes it 3 possessions.
Jordan Miller on the carry. He's
26 carries, 140 yards for Jordan Miller.
And now before third down.
So Caravel on their way to becoming a 4-0 and sitting atop our Delaware Live Sports rankings in Class 2A. And, one thing we coming into this season, we knew Caravel would be right back in the mix with a lot of those guys returning that were on that team last year. Is Miller fighting and into the end zone for touchdown number 3.
That kind of happened quickly. Right there, I thought they had him pretty much stopped. And he fall forward and gets his 3rd touchdown.
27 carries, 146 yards, and the trifecta, the hat trick. 3 touchdowns for Jordan Miller.
A hat tricky.
3:48 still to go. Held on for the extra point.
Yeah, that makes it 3 possessions now. 3:48 left. Hey, remember last week they beat Laurel 21-3, and this week if they make this extra point, they'll be up 21-2 with 3:48 to go.
And again, points scored against this Caravel defense the last 2 weeks, as Jason said. No touchdowns, a field goal, and a safety, at least so far in this one. 21-2 after the count extra point. 3:48 still to go here in this one.
Yeah, it's been an impressive showing for this Caravel team. And offensively, we said they didn't do much in the first half. Last couple drives, they've been able to put it together and try and get out of here with the, like I said, they knew this game was going to be tough against Archmere. They said it on their show. They said that they said they take everybody seriously, and it looks like here in the second half they were able to take it over a little bit and, like you said, get out of here with W.
And a few miscues from Archmere, just that interception deep in the red zone, that first turnover into Caravel territory. The offense as a whole looked good, especially through the first half and into the third quarter. Just a few turnovers in that Caravel defense and this Caravel offense. You just can't make mistakes. They will make you pay for them. They stuck with Jordan Miller the whole game. He wore down that defense. And Caravel able to punch it in 3 times.
All 21 points off of 4 Archmere turnovers.
It's going to take a hop at the 20, fielded at the 15 from Archmere, and he's going to be brought down by a group of Buccaneers at around the 24.
What did Coach say? Play mistake-free football? If they play mistake-free football, Caravel doesn't have any points on the board right now. So it just goes to show that those turnovers are key in some of these games. But who's forcing those turnovers is one of the best defenses.
And you can see it, just watching the film, they pass the eye test, right? You look at the stats and you just look at the scores, but these guys, they're great up front, great at that linebacker level, and then in the secondary as well. They're good at every level of this defense.
Yeah, they are.
And not only that, they're making tackles, they're holding up opposing teams, and they're stripping for the ball. They're doing it all. Well coached over there at Caravel. And as well as Archmere today, who played a pretty good game. Kemsky dropped back out of the gun, firing to the flat, in and out of the hands of a diving Ryan Hagenberg, who's going to head, it looks like, to the sideline, dealing with, it looks like, some more cramps.
Yeah, what the type of weather brings out the
90% humidity today, Jason. I don't quite feel that hot, but that's what it was here.
No,
in the air.
I'm like, oh man, it's one of those sweatshirt nights, and you go out there, and like you said, it just feels a little warmer, I think, because of the humidity.
This will be our last Friday or high school football game. Well, tomorrow will be of September, as we are now moving into October now, fall in full force.
Yeah, next week probably, we start getting into more of these, some of these district games too.
That's right. We talked about that on the show this week. Firing across the middle, tipped by Brock Rhodes, and Gavin Lee tried to make a play on it. It falls incomplete.
Kemsky's pass intended for Lee, incomplete, third down.
3rd and 10 coming for the Hawks, 3:35 to go. Again, thanks for tuning in tonight. Nick Allison, Dre, Jason Winchell, and Nick Halliday here. Our second trip to Bob Peoples Stadium here this fall to check out the top-ranked Caravel Buccaneers.
Oh, look at their schedule so far this year. They played Hodson. Right, we mentioned their win here today. They'll be Florida. Played Hodson, a 3A team.
And Hodson's a good football team. And again, Caravel made them look not as good as they actually are. Then we see what Hodson's done since then, and even before then, and they've been pretty impressive.
And then Howard, who Caravel put up 50-some points in that game. Howard put up 40-some against this Caravel defense, which we haven't seen anybody else do, right?
Yeah.
And now, and then last week you saw that Howard put up a 70 on Woodbridge.
R.J. Matthews, 7 touchdowns, I think he said. I saw on Twitter.
That team can score, and then you look at a team like this, Caravel. Then they go and beat Laurel on the road down there last week, 21-3. And now here an Archmere team that's always pretty good. So, Caravel's played the who's who of this 2A and 3, good 3A team, and they're going to work out of here 4-0. And I think if you ask any coach with that four-game schedule, they walked out 4-0, they would take it.
Punt is away from Fenice. Brought now back to inside Archmere territory. Brought down is Hamlin at the 48.
Trey Hamlin on the return. He's chased down by number 6, Liam Danner. First down, Caravel.
So 2:36 to go. We'll see what. Or I think we expect Caravel to just pound the football here and take us home as they're on their way to 4-0.
Yeah, 4-0, and like you said, 4 quality wins. As well, I'll be going into the bunker probably Sunday night, Sunday, Monday, maybe Tuesday. Have something lined up for Wednesday for Delaware Live article.
That's right.
In the bunker, and I'll be looking at Caravel, and I think they're going to have a lot of bonus points with these 4 wins.
And a fumble now down on the field, and Archmere picks it up, and they force one.
Yep.
As they're going to bring this one down to 29. So Archmere forcing a turnover there as Caravel opting to throw the football here with 2:29 to go, and the Archmere defense forcing a turnover. So 2:29 remaining here in Bear. They'll hand it up up the middle. That's P.J. Blessington on the carry.
So
Picks up 6.
Caravel is traveling to George School, Pennsylvania next Saturday. Whitey Hawks, we travel into DMA for a 7
That'll be
p.m.
a good one,
kickoff.
too. That's a good game. And, that's what they say about Caravel, with this defense. Defense travels, and we'll see if this Caravel defense is up for the task. A big one on the road
at George
next
School.
weekend.
Kemsky's pass is complete to number 1, Drew Duncan. That's good enough for an Archmere first down.
So Kemsky completes one there. He's up over the century mark.
2 minutes to go here, Nick, in the fourth quarter. And like I said, Archer or DMA next week, they're probably want to look to do some things here on this last drive, get some momentum going into it. And then after that, Archmere finishes with their 5 district games against Mount, Howard, Tower Hill, Odessa, and Friends. That is probably one of the six teams that I think could be so evenly matched all year. And like I said, the winner of that district will get an auto bid to the tourney.
Clock stopped. Now here for second down. Deep motion, Kemsky play action, fires across the middle, looking, I believe, was Fenice. It's knocked out of his hands, incomplete.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, there's one team I would not go middle with. That's Caravel. The way they hit, the way they put that body on you. That was right there. Brings up 3rd and 10 here with a minute 51 left.
We'll see what the Hawks do. The snap, Kemsky looking to throw. 5 receivers on a route. That one almost intercepted and in and out of the hands. That time of Donovan.
Yeah, Caravel again. Caravel's defense, secondary's been doing a good job of keeping these Archmere receivers under check.
Starting to get a little wind, a little chill in here in the press box. As we are into the night, 9:16 p.m. Eastern.
At the half, Hodson leads Cape 19-0.
At the half?
Yeah, remember that game started
that's
late.
Right. Excuse me.
Because of the...
I apologize. So I say, wow.
Yeah.
It's a late half. 4th and 10 here for the Hawks from the Caravel 39. Here comes pressure off the edge. Kemsky gets it away. Almost intercepted, but it falls to the ground. And that could be the last offensive possession for Archmere.
Yeah, turnover on downs. And then here, final from Milford. Milford 35-0 over Concord. Smyrna leads 32-0 at the end of 3 quarters over Appo. And so Smyrna looks like they're going to get their first win. And St. Mark's is going to pick up their first 3A win of the season with the win over CR here.
And what was the final of that one?
I don't know. Marty just put that St. Mark's was picked up their first
29-0 right last week. If they held CR to 6, that'd be allowing 6 points in the last 2 games for that defense.
Yeah, after Archmere put up a bunch of points, and so did St. George's in the second half. I think St. Mark's has made some adjustments in that defense. But they got those 3 straight now after tonight at home against Cape, Hodson, and Appo. That's going to determine. Remember, I said on the show, I think the last 4 spots, there's like 8 teams vying for them, and so St. Mark's got 3 of them head-to-head in the next 3 weeks. So
I had all my stats finalized here, Jay, and I thought I'd be able to get to the end of the game with them, but it turns out I was wrong. Jordan Miller getting more carries.
Yeah.
Here as we approach a minute as I scribble out his 27th carry and give him his 28th. Now it's Bowden in the backfield. He'll get this carry, and he's got a seam down the sideline. And the freshman going to go the distance for 6. That's a 57-yard touchdown run for Bowden to cap things off here at Bob Peoples Stadium.
Yeah, that's showed his speed there when he got to the outside. And he goes for the touchdown. Caravel got their rushing attack going here in the second half.
Extra point is up and good for Keld, and now with 47 seconds to go, 28-2, all Caravel here in the second half.
Hey, you know, in the beginning of this half, Nick, remember, it looked like Archmere, just down 7-2, was inside the 10-yard line.
Chance to take the lead.
Interception. Caravel went down in an 80-yard drive, went up 14-2. And then here 2 touchdowns in here in the fourth quarter. But it was right there. I mean, it was a back and forth game, a defensive game where both defenses were doing a great job. But I look at those 2 drives. Drive at the end of the first half where Archmere was inside the red zone and came away with nothing. And then that first drive for them in the third quarter where they had a chance again to take the lead, and the interception in the end zone, and Caravel won 80 yards on the ensuing drive, and that's what good teams do.
In to kick off for the Buccaneers, number 16, Logan Keld.
And it's been a long fourth quarter here at Bob Peoples Stadium as Caravel pulling away here late in this one. They lead 28-2, 41 seconds to go, and we'll see how this one ends. But I've said that 3 times already, and each team gets another possession after I say it.
Yeah,
Get some extra work in both of these teams.
This is the one where, 41 seconds left for your Archer. You might run one play here, and then you don't have to run another one. Get out of here with the get ready for DMA next week if you're Archmere, and Caravel, George School.
.41 seconds to go. So motion, here's the snap. They'll turn, hand it off. And picking up about 5 or 6 is Jack Bradley. Clock will continue to run. That may do it, depending on the time on the field, Jay. But a nice performance for the Caravel Bucks here at home. It was a battle early on with Archmere, who gave them a good run. And Caravel able to pull away late in this one. They take a 28-2 victory home tonight. They improved to 4-0. Archmere falls to 1-3. Jordan Miller, Jay, was he your player of the game with those 28 touches?
Yeah, he really was. And big second half, 3 touchdowns for him. Yeah, he deserves the first state or the Phoenix player of the game for me. Solid game. I think if Archmere won, I probably would have leaned 22, but
yeah.
Good win here for Caravel, and I thought Archmere played really good. Don't get any easier for them next week with DMA. But like I said, then they get into that district play. You win the district, auto bid, and then if this Archmere team gets into this tournament, I'm sure Caravel and some of these other teams don't want to see them again.
They're tough. They're going to be a tough out regardless. Caravel, they are the toughest out in Class 2A. The number 1 ranked team improves to 4-0. Well, you hear the music, you hear the lyrics. Caravel remains undefeated.
All they do is win.
Jordan Miller, 28 carries, 152 yards, 3 touchdowns. The hat trick for Miller, who had the backfield to himself with the loss of Craig Miller tonight. Again, his status to be determined going forward. So he's the big player of the game. He did most of the work for Caravel. The defense, once again, this story, though. They were phenomenal from the front to the back end of that defense.
Last 2 games against Laurel and Archmere, 2 good offensive teams. No offensive touchdowns.
You can't complain
Safety
about
and a
that.
field goal.
Again, coming off with the loss in the state championship, they've got their eyes to the title here in 2023. An impressive win for Caravel. They beat Archmere 28-2. For Nick Allison, Jerini, Jason Winchell, and Nick Halliday. That'll do it for us tonight. Make sure to tune in tomorrow afternoon, noon. It's going to be Newark and Mount Pleasant right back here on Delaware Live Sports.